Hey, thanks for joining me. Hope you're doing well. Vril is a natural, abundant energy that pervades all planes of existence. The Chinese refer to it as Qi, the Hindu as Prana, and the Japanese as Reiki. Albert Pike said of this force, "There is in nature one most potent force, by means whereof a single man, who could possess himself of it, and should know how to direct it, could revolutionize and change the face of the world." Helena Blavatsky of the Theosophical Society described this vril energy as an aether stream that could be transformed into a physical force. In the book The Coming Race, Edward Bulwer Lytton explained his encounter with a race of subterranean beings who learned how to master the vril. They used vril to heal, to build their societies, and to keep peace among them. It helped them achieve old healthy age, bliss, and contentment. It was harnessed energy that could be used for great purposes or for malice. It can destroy like the flash of lightning, he writes, yet differently applied, it can replenish or invigorate life, heal and preserve. So important a bond between these several communities was the knowledge of vril and the practice of its agencies. This vril had also improved all forms of life within the society. Since the vril light had superseded all other light-giving bodies, the colors of flower and foliage had become more brilliant, and vegetation had acquired larger growth. So everything in this underground civilization was enhanced with the power of the vril. The Vril Society was shortly formed after the book was published. The vril were focused not on political and monetary agendas, but on the other side, the hidden forces that power this reality. They were like the hippies of their own time. The vril maidens did not cut their hair, because it helped harness vril. Many other traditions and cultures have stated that long hair can help raise creative life force, which increases vitality, intuition, and tranquility. Hair is like a spiritual antenna. So this vril energy has also been known as orgone, odic forces, and the astral light. The ancient Roman re caebile, meaning rolling astral light, is the same force that reigns everywhere. It is the mighty soul of the world, the vibrating substance which forms all creation. These names are talking about the divine feminine energy pouring out from the earth, the mother goddess. The aurora borealis is the physical light manifestation of this vril energy, the astral light. It shoots out of the center hole. It's not always visible, but it's always there, pouring out and filling our plane with this vital energy. In many photos of the aurora, it's clear that there's a singular origin of the light, one focal point where it's pouring out from. Once we see it for what it is, this is a light that's coming out from a source in the distance. This source is the true magnetic north, where there's a vortex, where all compasses point to, in which when we pass through, we achieve everlasting life. The truth is all compasses point to the magnetic mountain, Mount Meru, at the center of our plane. The four rivers that diverge from Mount Meru's location change their motion often, and this is what causes the tides on Earth. In 1569, Gerhard Mercator made a map of the North Pole showing this magnetic mountain. Ancient Buddhist, Vedic, and Jain cosmologies state that at the North Pole there is a mountain, sometimes in the context of a city called Shambhala. The Puranic and Sumerian traditions speak of a Mount Sumeru. The Turkmen tribes of southern Turkestan spoke of a copper pillar that marked the navel of the earth. The Mongols wrote of Mount Sumer with the Zambu tree on its summit. I could go on, but you get what I'm saying. This mountain is throughout mythology. The evidence has already been established. We live on a flat plane. Ring magnets have their north polarity in the center and their south polarity in the outer rim, the exact magnetism of the flat Earth model. What we call Antarctica is this south polarity, being the giant ice wall that extends the circumference of the flat Earth. All compasses point to the center, the north polarity of our plane. The North Pole's light is the inverse of the South Pole's. The Lakota Indians used the aurora borealis for its healing properties. Those who had health problems would stand facing the aurora, hold their hands towards the light, and inhale deeply. The Lapps people would decorate their shamanic drums in order to harness this energy. These people knew about the benefits of this concentrated vril. Again, the aurora borealis is the visible part of this vril energy, but most of it isn't visually detectable. However, it pervades everything. The black sun emits this vril, this astral light. It indeed shoots out of the center, but it also emanates throughout our plane. It powers nature. It powers us. It's the sacred life force. And the Vril Society claimed this energy came from the black sun. Their symbols show the black sun, oftentimes with a lightning bolt coming out from it. This isn't specific to the Vril, however. The swastika is often intertwined in the black sun symbol. The swastika is found throughout history, and what this actually represents is the vortex we go through when we enter the center of our plane. See how it looks like a spinning vortex? The Zersheben has been found in Nordic graves, going back 3,000 years. The swastika and black sun is everywhere. The reason the black sun symbol is seen pervading in all directions should be obvious by now. The energy from it is all around us. Our intent directs it. The energy fuels our subconscious, and this is why it's able to be used for good or bad. It's solely based on intent. For instance, when we direct positive energy and love towards plants, they grow faster and with more strength. And this is because our prana, our vril, our intent, is aligned with nurturing principles. The Babylonians called Bab-Ilu the gate of God. Many say Bab-Ilu is where we get the word Babel from, hence the story of the Tower of Babel. And the Tower of Babel, as I explored in previous videos, is synonymous with Mount Meru and the vortex beyond it. Bab-Ilu, again, is the gate of God, the gateway into another world. In this piece of text I found, it says, "The sun enters Bab-Ilu, or the gate of God, at the winter solstice, and starts his journey northward. During the solstice, the sun spins in and out of the center hole, into this gate of God, and then begins its journey north from its lowest point in the sky. This is why the winter solstice contains the longest nighttime of the year." On the top of the page, we see the cross of the Ilu. There's 8 lines emanating from it. This is similar to the ancient 8-rayed symbol of the Nibiru. This symbol represents a gateway, just like the cross represents the gate of God. The Mayan Great Celestial Conjunction shows an 8-pointed star as well. We have the Dharma wheel, which represents nirvana. It's easy to overthink these symbols, but they're all telling us. The gateway to God, to heaven, to nirvana, is at the center of our plane. This is the Babylonian black sun symbol, showing 8 lines. We have the Mesopotamian sun symbol, we have the ancient Shamash, and many more. And we even see 8 lines emanating from the inside of CERN. In the book Ether, God and Devil and Cosmic Superimposition, Wilhelm Reich describes the connection between orgone, another name for vril, and the aurora borealis. He also says, orgone energy can be demonstrated everywhere. Accordingly, it penetrates everything. Check out the cover of the book. My opinion is that the illustration shows a black sun pointing energy upward. In The Astrolight by Louise A. Off, the astrolight is said to be the immortal spirit, the originator of cosmic life. In the present age, our science informs us. We perceive in the main only the lowest vibrations and inferior qualities of the astrolight, because we are in the lower arc of our present cycle, and the energy of the life wave is at its ebb. Blavatsky says of Plato's method of expression that he divides the intellectual progress of the universe during every cycle into fertile and barren periods. When those circulations take place in harmony with the divine spirit, our earth and everything pertaining to it enjoys a fertile period. The occult powers of plants, animals, and minerals magically sympathize with its superior natures, and the divine soul of man is in perfect intelligence with these inferior ones. Ignoring our latent inherent forces, we drift in negative submission to the lower laws of nature, suffer deprivation, want of thought, emotion, and volition, while the precious fluid, in mute anticipation, haunts our dreamless sleep and awaits the dawning of a higher consciousness. This is an eerily beautiful passage, and it's telling us man is currently in tune with the destructive aspects of the astral light, of the vril, and nature has all along been in tune with the empowering aspects, much of which we don't detect because we vibrate at different frequencies. This is one way of answering the age-old dilemma: why doesn't man seem to blend in with his environment? We are currently on the way out of this barren cycle, and I can feel it. The age of Aquarius. These energies are on the rise, and this may be why the powers that be more than ever are trying to infiltrate our minds and hearts with as much toxicity as they can. I won't get into the accounts of concentrated Vril being used by the reptilians, but know that Vril is being used against us at the current moment. We can fight this misuse of Vril, however, with our intent. Intent redirects this Vril. By letting go and being the observer, by living from our heart, connecting with the energies around us and our own, we can start rediscovering the Vril. Compared to the uses in the coming race, even the greatest of ascended masters have only touched the tip of the iceberg that is the power of the Vril. Thank you for watching. Hope you're all doing great. I love you all. Hey, thank you for joining me. Hope you're doing well. According to the Quran, God created man from clay. This is also shown in Sumerian mythology with the god Enki. According to Egyptian mythology, the god Khnum creates human children from clay before placing them into their mother's womb. According to Incan mythology, humans were also formed from clay. And the Bible also has many references about humans coming from clay. So keep this in your head. I'll get back to it. The black sun is at the opposing end of our white sun, or Jesus as we call him. The black sun is making all of our intent come alive, while the white sun is fueling our physical needs. You can think of it as subconscious and conscious. This is a great representation of what's going on. Here's the flat plane we're living on. This is the hole, the matrix exit at the center of our plane. The green astral light comes out of this hole. We usually call this the northern lights or aurora borealis. The astral light is coming from beneath our feet. The black sun is at the opposing end of Jesus the sun. So language and symbols have been used to equally hide and reveal the truth to us about this exit hole and the black sun. Words often broken down reveal something grander. So first, let's do an exercise. Take the word business. Broken down, it sounds like busyness. The act of being busy. That's what business typically entails. That's an easy one. Take the word exodus. Ex means out, and hodus means way, way out. Look at a question mark. It shows an arc with a black dot at the bottom. Question broken down is quest I on. I'm on a quest to get to the black sun. The arc shape is used to represent the arc of Jesus the Son going into the hole. The exclamation mark completes this message. At the beginning I mentioned a lot of texts that say we're made from clay. So the word exclamation can be broken down as exclamation. The dot on the end is the black sun, and this is telling us we stop being humans trapped in these bodies once we exit through the center of the plane towards the black sun. The straight line is pointing to the black sun, where the land of perpetual twilight is. Hidden in plain sight is the name of the game. As I always say, our compass broken down is compass. It points north where this exit hole is. Back to the word exodus. Great word, right? An exodus is what will be required if we are to go through this holy of holies. Right now they have it surrounded via aircraft and sea vessels, but 2 or 3 million is all we would need to be immensely stronger than any government blockades. This is why I'm diligent about letting all of you know. 2 million isn't even that much. It's a mere fraction of the United States. We can do this. We can get to the center of the plane and we can get to the Holy of Holies. I know we can. It starts, however, with letting go of fear and embracing love and intending to create heaven on earth. We're all in this together, and it's about time we got rid of confining constructs and materiality. So check out my channel for more. Thanks for watching. I love you all.
Prepare yourself, for you're about to learn the terrible truth. The world is a fucking illusion, bro. Our lives are being manipulated for the entertainment of monsters. Twisted, tasteless, juvenile monsters. Puppet masters in another dimension.
It's all a lie. Everything you've been told. Everything you believe in. Wake up! They're lying to your fucking faces! Everything we've ever known is a dirt-covered pile of shit. Look at you. Following all their rules.
Everything we've been led to believe is a lie. Together, we can fight these monsters and take control of our own lives. We need to unite and stop focusing on each other's differences, especially in immature and outdated ways.
We're gonna go to this other dimension and cut the strings once and for all.
And see, the holy hole's been blocked off from you. You're like an aborted baby fetus. You need to get to the Holy Grail before you're dead. You've been locked up here in the land of the dead. So it's clear, Jesus the Son goes round and round and round over the flat earth plane, moving inward and outward, bringing the seasons. Out from the hole at the center comes the ash-trailing jet. This is the memory of the earth. You are on the E-Creation disc or CD. You're in the Colosseum, and I'm explaining to you that the gods and goddesses of the earth are looking down on you, and they're saying, how the fuck are you missing this? And it's scary that I feel like I'm all alone here, you know, making videos day after day after day, pointing at the Holy Grail at the center of the dish. It's like I'm all alone. I just don't see anybody beating the fucking hell out of the Ethernet, pointing at the Holy Grail but me. It's clear who holds the Spear of Destiny. If I don't make videos, everybody's gonna die. You're never gonna make it to the Holy Grail, and you're gonna remain in slavery. The biggest secret of all was this, and they gave you your religion and all that shit, and it was all a lie. So it doesn't matter what name you attach to me. I'm the only one pointing at the Holy Grail at the center of the dish where every compass points to. The sun above your head is 32 nautical miles in diameter. It's 3,100 miles away from you at high noon. It moves inward and outward across the flat earth plane, writing everything into the Akashic record. If you look at the sun, it's the collective consciousness of the whole, like you're in a black hole. The other black sun, the black sun, is 800 nautical miles in diameter. And when you cross the event horizon, you're in the land of perpetual twilight, where the astral jet shoots out from that hole into the other dome and bounces down on everybody in a land of perpetual twilight where trees go on forever, and it's just like you imagine. Now there's a crater at the center of the dish in a hole, and they show you in all kinds of shows like a creature creeping out across the earth. You see the veins from looking at high, looking from high up in the air. You look down, you see like all these veins where the rivers are. This was like a giant organism that creeped out, and it's still alive. And it's talking to me. It's called the Great Earth Spirit, the goddess of the earth. You call it Lucifer, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's a feminine spirit. You do hula hooping, body dancing, belly dancing, whatever. Tippy toe and ballerina dresses and all that shit. Everybody's so filthy, retarded, necrophiliac, sick. They're lost at sea, officially dead. And you don't have to like it, but this world is mine because you're legally dead. So the king of the world's most powerful magic was he had his scribes writing down shit on papyrus 24/7 and spilling the blood of children on it. And he had his scribes, whatever, chiseling shit in stone 24/7, because when it's written in stone, it becomes real when you spill blood on it. And these are the elements, and they add power, and they make shit stick. And I'm telling you, the Ethernet has power. When you write out on a piece of paper on video, I intend to bring forth heaven and earth, and you put it into the Ethernet, like I did, okay, that's some powerful shit that the kings couldn't possibly have access to back then, because the internet is just, I guess, recent on the comparison that everybody's been in slavery. So now that we can mold reality with our blood and the Ethernet, side by side, blood is thicker than water, it's easy to wake people up. It's taking the red pill, and you snap the fuck out of your illusion, and you start to realize that every compass is pointing to the Holy Grail. There's no way to fuck it up. At the center of every, I'm telling you that you're living on a flat earth plane, at the center, every compass is pointing to the Holy Grail. Where the ash-trailing jet comes shooting out, we gaze upon the astral light, drink from the living waters, and get eternal life. This is the biggest secret of all, people. That's how they ruled over you for so long. They own the fucking world until you come back to life. And I came back to life, and I got the Holy Spirit. I know where the Holy Grail is. Fuck you. I'm taking over this world. We're going to fucking go side by side. Blood is thicker than water. Take over this world. Because if you don't, you're lost at sea, officially dead, and you go back to sleep, and you remain in slavery. It's just that simple. You're just going to remain a slave and ignorant, knowing that the Holy Grail is right over there at the end of every compass. I can see it. I'm not a fucking retard like you. So you're summoned to court because you're legally dead. You think you're alive, but I assure you, in the eyes of your masters, you are spiritually dead and claimed as such. They took your soul print off your foot at birth. You are owned by the motherfucking devil. You don't have to like it. So, this is how shit works, people. It's all about your intent. Intent manifested. That's exactly how it's written. And intention under the universal golden rule, where you need to write out on a piece of paper, I intend to bring forth heaven on earth. And you do it on video, and you put a drop of your blood over your words, and you publish that video to YouTube titled Blood Over Intent. You tag it Blood Over Intent, and description Blood Over Intent. And it automatically ends up side by side, blood is thicker than water, with your brethren. We're taking back reality. We're going to the Holy Grail to get our eternal life, and nobody can stop us. I have the Holy Spear, and it doesn't matter what name you call me. If I don't make videos, you're fucking dead, because you're all a bunch of little pussies. You can't see anything. So I'm going to be the only one screaming this out for a couple of years, because everybody's blind as a bat. And if I was you, I would type into your YouTube search Blood Over Intent. Scroll down, place your blood beside the rest of your brethren, and let's take back reality.